Hello, I'm Captain Val. Welcome back to Goofy Facts of Sorcery. It's called that because every episode, whenever my character talks, I talk in Goofy's voice. Now, onward to finding the nobles. Look, we're already across the river. Oh, wait, never not. Alright. You leave far behind, you climb through fields outwards to the skirts of the buildings, returning to the reach of the fork in the road. The bathhouse is still steaming away. I don't need the bathhouse. The road, hill. The road twists and turns up the rise. You still emerge into a wider road on the edge of dense slum. From inside down a street to the left, you can hear the very faint sound of singing. A smell of rotting fish fills the air. You must be close to the docks. Anything interesting left? Rich town, fountain kind of thing in there. Go to the docks. Yeah, we'll go left. Winding between tall, crazy-built slum dwellings, the road you are now on leads through the dense lower city. The street is narrow, and you keep your head high in case someone should try their luck with a blade. After a few minutes of edging towards, you emerge into a wider space, a flagstoned plaza, at the center of which a circular, well-mouthed alleyway leads off in four directions. Look at the alleyways. You pause, look around at the edge of the square. The alleyways look all the same, except that of the left lane heads downwards, turning away from the center of Kare. At the well. The only thing the alleyways have in common is to converge here. Once presumably this well served the people in the district. Perhaps there are too many people because now the well seems dusty and dry. Look down the well. Oh, we can climb down the well? I'm not going to do that. Choose a road. Go near the docks. So at least making some progress. The street is a little wider, more well-paved than some of the others. You can see tracks here where carts have come this way. You hear sounds of voices around the corner. And walk on. You walk around the corner, intrigued by the sound. There is a small crowd of people talking and singing around a low shrine. Beyond you can see a sparkle of the river and the smell of rotting fish. You're nearly at the docks. The shrine. You step into the doorway of the shrine. At the same time, a woman and her child are leaving. He really is a holy man, Mother, one says. Layson's lame brother answered his question, and he ran off the set. Ran? Oh, crikey. Maybe he was just pretending to be lame. If you don't know what that means, it's like crippled or something. Handicap, I don't know. Oh. If you're watching the series for the first time and I've skipped ahead for some reason, then that means I'm taking a drink of something. Because this episode, or these videos, are all talking, and the captain's throat could need the respite every now and then, so I have some tea with me. And so there's not like 20 seconds of silence, and with an occasional... I tap so you know when I'm done and have started drinking. The mother nods and the pair leave. Interesting. Step inside. Oh, crikey. That's interesting. The shrine is an old building, garnishly decorated with hanging cloths and thick candles that fill the air with the smell of grease and tar. At the far end, a low platform stands, a hooded figure in a white robe who is talking to the assembled crowd. The image looks remarkably familiar, as though you've seen it almost the exact same scene before, but you cannot place it. Does anyone else wish to take the test of slang, the god of malice? Calls the priest out. A murmur goes through the crowd. People are nervous, but excited. Wait and watch. You wait and watch. Suddenly a man leaps to his feet. I'll do it, he declares. The rest of the group cheers, and the man, a geriatric, is helped. I'm sorry, shut up. Me. And viewers. I'm reading. A geriatric is helped onto the platform. Are you a follower of slang? The priest asks. The man spits. Very well. I'm sorry. I'm probably getting that for the spit, but I get the cough. In one corner of the room, a gong is sounded. The crowd falls silent. I expect that to make a bit more of a ringing noise. But whatever. Wait and watch. Which do you choose? The priest demands of the man. Will you take the impossible challenge, or pay the price of the easy challenge? The man looks uncertain. He returns to the audience. People begin to shout suggestions. Choose the easy challenge. Oh, wait, no. Of course, choose the easy challenge. You cry out, adding your voice to those around you, bellowing loud and confidently. A few minutes later, the priest quietens the room and turns back to the man. So, what do you choose? I'll take the easy challenge, the man grumbles. Very well, Slang has a new follower, the priest declares, bringing the man to kneel close by him. He dabs his forehead with a fingertip, and the man doesn't look any different from when he stands up, but once more, his eyes are a little darker. Wait and watch. The real performance begins when the priest begins rocking back and forth. After a few minutes of this, he proclaims a riddle to the man. I love riddles. No one in the crowd has any ideas. The man chews his lip, remarking, "Oh, well, that was a long time ago now." The silence is... The geriatric smiles. Lucia? I don't know. He declares. The priest is disappointed. When the crowd whoop his cheer, it is clearly the correct answer. He turns to the priest and whispers something in his ear. The priest nods and declares, "Your wish shall be granted." The man leaves the platform and the priest turns back to the crowd. Who will be next? Anyone who can answer the question will be granted their wish. The priest continues, take the challenge. You raise your hand and step forward. I'll take the challenge. A stranger, calls the priest with glee. Welcome him, please. The crowd whisper and murmur as you take your way to the platform. Welcome, stranger, the priest declares, helping you up. Are you ready to take the challenge, knowing full well that very few succeed? I am. Yep. The crowd cheer your response. Then know this, Slang is not a punishing god, but he is malicious. He did not wish for you to fail, but should you fail, he wishes you to know it was all your own fault. I will not fail. The crowd cheers again. I see you have spirit. Good, let's see if we can't break you, the priest smiles. Our practices will let you may choose which question to answer, but know this, one is impossible, the other is easy. To answer the easy question, you must give up something you hold most dear. The crowd are watching in excellent silence. It's time for you to choose. Yep, I choose the impossible one. I choose the impossible question. The crowd wait expectantly. Sorry, I'm an idiot. The priest closes his eyes and intones. What is the answer to the question that has never been asked? Your heart leaps. Your vision! It's Sorcery. Sorcery. Yep. There is a moment's pause. The priest screws up his eyes. What's the result? The priest nods slowly. That is correct, he murmurs. The question has never been answered in 3,000 years since this site was first made holy to Slang. The answer has been passed on from priest to the next. I never thought I would be the one to hear it spoken, because I do not understand it. I do not know the question. He turns to you and bows his head once. You are truly blessed. Please, what is your wish? Can you tell me the spell for the North Gate? The priest closes his eyes and summons his god. I cannot tell you the spell in its entirety, he intones, but Mollus, the second noble, was a follower of Slang, and in the line he knew was, I bid your portals open wide. The spell lines you have found are listed in the key section of your inventory. You thank him, and the crowd reach out to touch your tunic as you make your way to the door. Clearly not many survive the challenge of Slang. Back in the street, it is nighttime, time to find somewhere to rest. You find one new clue, and another has been updated. So we have a clue, or a spell line. You emerge from the narrow, widening alley into an open space on the far side of the Chepai River. Slides past, its surface strewn with flotsam and jet stream, dredged up from fallen parts of the city. The sails of the boats anchor below and snap in the breeze. You have reached the docks, beating heart of Kare. Look around. There are 2 or 3 ships moored in the night. The space between them and the road is filled with large number of stalls, little shops, sewing and everything from fishing tackle to sailing blocks of barrel wood louse rum. This would be a thriving marketplace during the day. With night approaching, it's a maze of booths and cloth. A single bridge closes the river. Operators with the open ropes let the ships through. Right now, the bridge is up to allow ships to sail through undisturbed. Find somewhere to sleep. Probably an inn. Wayfarer's Rest and the Meat and Cleaver. Nothing is obviously different from either of them. Sleep in the market. I'm going to get robbed. The Meat and Cleaver. Sleep in an alley. Wayfarer's Rest. Meat and Cleaver. Meat and Cleaver is a grimy place. Looks like it's been covered from a wood store. Rats run over the floor. The customers and the tables look haggard and tired, as if just smelling the air is draining them. By the bar, a stooped and hunched innkeeper wipes his beer mugs with a filthy handkerchief. Go over to the bar. Excuse me. You march over to the bar. Sorry, I was talking to my brother in, like, weird hand signals, because he doesn't want to talk to me while I'm recording. Why would you point? Okay, whatever. Yeah, just go. March over to the bar. The innkeeper stands up as straight as he can to greet you. Greet the innkeeper. Greetings, my good man. The innkeeper nods to you. Welcome to the Meat and Cleaver, he says. What can I get for you? Ask about food. Of course. How much is food? He shakes. I'm getting worse at my goofy impression, if I'm being honest. He shakes his head. We're out of food, I'm afraid. Points to a group in the corner. Those lot ate everything. Musicians, he says. They're always hungry, but good for drinking. Ask about trade. How's trade here? Yeah. The man peers at you. Trade? This is a dock, and I sell beer. Trade is the same as it always. He's been shrugs. I know the city's supposed to be going to the dogs and it's falling apart, but I don't believe it. People are always saying that, but they're still here most nights, drinking their beer. How's the city falling apart? Well, you're there, he says, despite the fact you're clearly telling him you have not heard. Well, the council's been session for 3 weeks straight, and rumours are about that you know who's doing you know what. What? Well, he's trying to seize control. City has guards, of course, but he's saying he's building his own army. From what? I have no idea. Slaves? I don't credit it. That's got Vic. Can I ask you about Vic? Innkeeper looks suddenly quite afraid. You're a friend of his, are you? I should have guessed. Listen, I'll vote for him. Vic for First Noble with that. Shut up. Buy some ale. Beer's okay. Jeez. Beer's off. God, no. Useless venture, I say. Alright. Let's go to the Wayfarer's Rest, then. Crikey. Except a sign that says nothing left. Alright, Jesus, you're freaking fighting over there. Alright. Mimites or whatever. Imps. Whatever. You make your way inside the Wayfarer's Rest. It's a lively and bustling place. Yeah, this place rocks compared to the other place. Meat and Cleaver, it sucked. The innkeeper behind the bar is trying to serve numerous creatures all demanding ale at the same time. While around the tables, salty types and buxom wenches are laughing together and singing shanties. Alright then. The bar. You fight your way over to the creatures at the bar with a thump at the bar top. You catch the innkeeper's attention. I'm not going to pound my desk. I got tea here. It might spill. We'll come over. The innkeeper is a sturdy, bald-headed man, used to dealing with the drabble from dogs. He runs his place like a school teacher controlling an unruly classroom. Eyes everywhere, hands quick at collecting money and keeping others, excuse me, out of the till. Greetings. Yep. You say? Of course, a nice place you have here. The innkeeper nods at you. He's clearly impressed by your dress and well-educated tone. Oh yeah, that's a well-educated tone right there, not a cartoon character. And what be your purpose in these parts, eh? In these here parts, yes? The other creatures at the bar jostle and push each other over for space. That's about the North Gate. Well, I'm heading for the North Gate. Look, innkeeper replied, cutting off. I didn't mean I want to know. I mean, what do you want to drink? Here I am. You want to talk. Then that's what my customers are for. He waves around the room and hordes of drunken sailors and ruffians who fill the space. Yeah, okay, cool. Tell me your price of ale. The ruffian knocks over a dwarf's mug of ale. Holds up one finger. The ruffian knocks over a dwarf's mug of ale. The fight breaks out sharp, and ends with the heel of an axe breaking the ruffian's nose. A great cheer goes up and the innkeeper replaces the ale free of charge. Oh, that's nice. I'm not gonna do that. He's gonna, like, punch me or something. That's about the price of a room. 4 fingers. Alright. Pay for a room. Leave. You head up the stairs to the room above the inn. Quiet room. Still getting still from it. Probably eat something, actually. Eat something. Yes, amazing. The next morning. Ooh, I can pickpocket. Dawn breaks and you head downstairs. The inn looks like a whirlwind as it passes through it. Chairs are turned up on top of tables, plates and flagons have been scattered around, and several patrons are passed out asleep on the floor. Pickpocket! You feel through the pockets of the first of the fallen drunkards, but either they have spent everything, or they had last night, or someone else had the same idea before you. No one seems to own as much as a sliver of gold. You pick your way through the cross of bodies and go out to the street. Damn it, everyone's always stealing before I'm stealing. It's not fair. When do I get to steal, Alright, to the docks. Market traders begin to set up their stalls, fighting and threatening each other to get to the spots closest to the ships. A few sly types try pickpocketing and begin to prowl the shadows between their stands. There are still areas of Lurikara you've not explored, but you cannot afford to waste more time in these slums. If the nobles are to be found, they'll be found on the other side of the river, and if they're not to be found, you must reach the gate and try and find another way through. Wait for the bridge to be lowered. You ignore the various food stall and watch the river as you wait. After a while, a grizzled old man arrives and knocks a small booth by the harbor bridge. He goes inside and closes the door behind him. Wait. You sit outside the booth, wait for the man to lower the harbor bridge. Half an hour goes by and nothing happens. Keep waiting. Just keep waiting. Single-handedly. Keep waiting. Let the man struggle. Sit back, sunshine, and wait. Sweat beads on his forehead, and he heaves and pulls as he works, but eventually the bridge clunks down into place. You salute the man and cheerfully get to your feet. Crossing the bridge. You cross the bridge over the Jubai River, which runs like a slime trail through the center of the city. The other side. We're in the rich quarter now. You've reached the banks of Upper Kare. The buildings here are not as grand as ones on the south side of the river, but are much better condition. Fewer people live on this side, away from the fields and hills. But those that do are richer. They have most likely more dangerous. But of course, on the side of the city, the North Gate stands. Start moving. You follow the road, which way the river, towards a fork in the road. If there are any of the nobles still in Cityport, their houses must likely be on the side of the river. But which way? There's the North Gate. Bunch of other stuff we can do. Temple. Fallen Quarter, Graveyard. Well, we'll have to find that place next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.